Good afternoon, it's me, Tara, the Mudcreek Stitcher. I am doing something a little different. If you notice, a little bit wider screen. I am actually using my cell phone today because normally I use my computer, but the lighting is just, it really is not working. You always hear Flosstubers complain about that. No, it's a real thing. And it is not working, which it's a very hot day. That's probably why, because my computer is melting as we speak. So anyways, hope things are good. We have been vacationing. I already talked about that. My daughter and her husband and family just got back from another vacation, and I don't know where time's gone, but we have been busy. And really, I haven't got hardly anything done. Not like what I imagined I would. I always have these great plans for summer, and before I know it, my summer is full, and that's pretty much what's happened. I have filled it up. So, but there's always time for stitchiness, so we're gonna fit that in. If you don't know anything about me or you just happen to stop by, I'm Tara. Hello. And I live in central Nebraska, live on a farm, and it's very hot here, which I think a lot of the nation has been going through this. But where my sister-in-law is in Sioux City, they're going through flooding right now, so that's not fun either. And anyways, I'm a school teacher. I'm on summer break right now, but unfortunately July is approaching, and for many of us elementary teachers, that means it won't be long before we're going to head back to our rooms, because you can't put it off till August. If you put it off till August, you're never going to get your room ready. So usually right after July 4th, I start going back in. So boo, but oh well, that is what it is. So anyways, I hope things are good with you. Hope the storms stay at bay and not destroy your house, although I know some people, their houses have been damaged. Ours, not like 2 years ago, but still, there's always some damage to look forward to. All right, so what's been going on? Well, I have 4 fully finished objects or pieces of cross stitch. I'm very excited to share them. Many of you who are returning, you've watched me agonize and go through the torture of Plum Creek this happy morning, but it's done, it's framed, and I don't have it in here. It's hanging on a wall and I'm not going to take it down. So I am going to insert a video somewhere in here and show you that. But let me show you first. This is Plum Street Sampler Starbucks. If you don't know, I am a huge Starbucks fan and I love dogs, and I have not a little dachshund like she has put in her design. I have an Australian Shepherd, but aren't all dogs precious? And they're just so cute in their little sweaters and their little cup of coffee. So I got that done, and I'm gonna be hanging that up. I don't know where yet. I'm still thinking on that one. So that's one piece I got framed. Oh, at Hobby Lobby, they did a really good job. If you ever go to Kearney to have something framed, I don't know why, if you're in another state, you would go to Kearney to have something framed, but Catherine at Hobby Lobby is amazing. Then, of course, the next thing was Feast of Friendship, Blackbird design, and this was so fun picking the frame out for it. It took probably 20 minutes because Catherine, my new best friend, kept pulling out frame after frame after frame after frame. I was just like, I don't know. But, oh, I love it. It's so pretty. This, of course, was that Sal, the one Sal I tried to do. And I actually got it done. Some of you also got it done way before I ever did. And some of you are still like, I don't really want to do it. And that's kind of how Sals work. So it turned out very pretty. I'm excited to hang that one up. I don't know where yet either. And then this one, the last one I have in the room, and then I'll insert the video of my masterpiece. This is, Silver Creek, I was rehearsing this in my head. Silver Creek Samplers, the Christmas list. This is the Lori Holt color conversion. She really didn't change a lot of colors, just a few. I know Joy on Carolina Stitchers, she has completed it. She also changed some of the colors herself. She didn't follow anything, she just did her own thing. I love the frame. Would you look at the frame? It's just so fun. So vintagey, kind of goes with the whole style. Honestly, out of everything I've stitched, this is still my most favorite piece that I did. I don't know why, but when I would get home from school and I got supper cooked, started a load of laundry, could finally sit down and watch TV, it was always this one that I was always pulling out. It was just something I loved. It was just a lot of fun. So there you go. Isn't it cute? Okay, so here I'll insert Plum Street samplers. This happy morning. Here it is. I did not want to take it off the wall because we got it all leveled and it's beautiful. It's very big. Like, here's the door. Yeah, so you can see, definitely big, and I did do it on 14 count, and I don't really care if it's too big because it fills up my wall. And that's my dog behind me. Are you playing with the toy? Yes. So, sorry if I made you dizzy. And by the way, that's my grandmother's Victorian style table that I inherited. All right, back to your regular scheduled program. Okay, so I have been doing some stitching, just not as much stitching as I would like. If you see my eyeballs wandering all over, I'm going to apologize now because I think the camera's here to look at. See right there? But then you naturally want to look here where the off button is, and okay, it's a whole drama thing. Okay, but I have done some stitching. My last video, I really didn't do a lot of stitching, but I did a lot of shopping. If you want to see a lot of patterns and be enabled and start buying and spending, go back and watch the last one I did. Had a lot of fun shopping. But I did get to work and I have done some stitching. All these are left in the Q-snap. I'm not going to take them out of my Q-snaps. I am a Q-snapper. Oh, I'm an Ada stitcher. If you don't know this already, I'm an Ada stitcher. I stitch on 14, 16, and 18. After working on Feast of Friendship, I did this 2 threads over 1 box or square. I have found, oh, and it's 18 count. Did I say that? It's 18 count, this fabric. It was from Bestitch Me. I have found I prefer 1 strand on 18 count over a square instead of 2. 2 is just too bulky, and your stitches, I mean, they look very twisted. If you get too close, it's like, oh, I don't look very good. But far back, it look good. So that's something I have learned because I'm still learning. I've been stitching steadily, I was figuring this out, since pretty much 2019. I thought it was 2020, but really it was 2019. But I talked how I used to stitch way before that. In college, a girl on my dorm floor introduced me to cross stitch. She was doing this huge piece. It was so pretty. It was a lot of flowers, I remember. She told me all about it, so I had to run down to Ben Franklin. If you don't know what Ben Franklin is, it's Ben Franklin, Woolworths, Kmart, whatever, that kind of store. And bought my first little kit, and I just started stitching like crazy. And it was really funny because Samantha, the Huga Stitcher, just showed 2 videos ago the bears with the picnic basket. I had stitched that. I had stitched that whole thing, and that was one of those pieces that I just dumped and took to Goodwill because I thought, oh, cross stitch is not a thing anymore. I'm too cool for that. Okay, that's when I was like 30. I'm over being cool. Who's with me? I want to be frumpy and happy. Are you with me? I want to stitch. I don't want to obsess about if my house is cool enough or if my grades are cool. Well, you get the idea. I don't want to stress about that. I just want to enjoy stitching whatever. I want to be a sweetie. Stitch what I want when I want. So, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So on Sunday, I finally, after weeks of not doing it just because of weddings and vacations and I just didn't want to, I finally pulled out Leela Studio, the Lord's Prayer, and got back to work on it. Isn't that so pretty? Honestly, it's very pretty. I like what I'm doing, but I really wish, this is the sampler she based it off of, wish she would have done this too. Isn't that pretty? That's the one she based it off of and took some of the pieces out. I think the flowers and the border, yep, flowers and the border and some others. So that is Leela's Studio. All DMC, I am doing it on 16 count. 16 count is very comfortable for me right now. because I like to do the loop method. Do you guys know what the loop method is? I bet a lot of you are like, I know this. Girl, you don't know nothing. I know I don't know nothing. But if you're like me and you're at the bare bones of stitching, the loop method is, take your strand, double it, push the 2 ends through your needle, put it through your square, and catch the loop, and then it's tied in the back. And you don't have to do the whole hold the thread over, blah, blah, blah. I like the loop method. But if you're going to, if you want variegation and you have floss like Weeks Dye Works, Classic Color Works, help me out people, shout out other ones, you're probably going to want to do 2 threads together over 1 square over a square over square. Like I like to do the typewriter method, but you're not going to want to do that with variegate. You're going to want to go 1 over 1, cross by cross, or 1 thread over 1 box. And you could do the typewriter method and you get some good variegation. Do you think I'm rambling? I'm beginning to think I'm rambling. All right, I'm trying to pull this out of the Q snap. This one I am going to pull out of the Q snap, and there's 1 more I'm going to pull out, but the others I'm not. Okay, got it. Don't worry. Just busted an eyeball out. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, I won't take it all the way out. So this is on 16 count, coffee tea dyed by me. And this is where I'm at so far. Yeah, oh shoot, I forgot to do the H on earth and the T. But you get the idea. It is really pretty. I have no idea where I'm going to hang it when it's done, but I know it's going up. So that is Leela Studios, The Lord's Prayer. You know what I have found out? I babysat my niece and nephews. I told you about this, I believe. Did I tell you about this? I told somebody about this. Might have been Lori. We had a stitchy date on Friday. I found out my niece and nephews don't know the Lord's Prayer. I took them to church. So it was kind of like this. They're high energy. There's a lot going on there with those kiddos. And I was exhausted. We took them to the big city to keep them entertained and happy and blah, blah, blah. Spent a ton of money on them. But no matter what I did, they were still fighting all the time. And it was all I could do to kind of like be like, stop it, stop it. And I'd use the example of, I have to yell at 2nd graders all the time. I don't want to have to yell at you. I'm on vacation. Stuff like that. That would work for like 5 minutes. Then they'd start all over again. So on Sunday morning, we lost power Sunday morning. It was out for about 4.5, 5 hours. And my husband looked at me and it was getting close to time to church. And he's like, well, what do you want to do? Do you still want to try and go to church or not? Because we can't, shower, get ready. And when I heard the kids start fighting downstairs, I'm like, we're going to church. Kids, get your stuff now. My one nephew's like, my shirt's dirty. I'm like, I don't care. Just put it on. Nobody's going to notice. So they were dirty. They were grubby. But I took them to church because, honestly, I didn't want to listen to them fight anymore. So we went to church and I found out they don't know the Lord's Prayer. They do not know the Lord's Prayer. So that is something I am going to probably force them to learn the next time they're at my house. They need to know that. That's scripture, basic scripture. I still remember learning the Lord's Prayer. I was in 2nd grade. Not because of anything my parents did, but because of my grandmother. She made sure I learned it. So, okay, that's my soapbox. All right, so all that to say, I worked on the Lord's Prayer. Leela's Studio. Okay, the next thing I have been working on, and I pulled it out last night, worked on it all day yesterday. Well, I mean, not all day. I worked on it like two hours. And then I worked on it again this morning for about 1.5 hours, watching lots of Flosstube. I'm trying to get caught up. I'm weeks and weeks behind. And I will be sharing Flosstubers I've been watching. But I am working on Summer Quaker. This is literally the only sal I'm actually doing, a stitch along. It's with the Hugo Stitcher, and I've mentioned her twice, and I'm gonna put her in a link down below. She's just fantastic. She's bubbly, she's fun, she's a cutie patootie, and she is a prolific stitcher. She has gotten probably, half of this done? I don't know if she said half, but I feel like it was half. So stinking pretty. Stitchy Linda, I follow her, love her. And Chrissy, finally a farm girl. Stitchy Linda did just the, sorry, here's a little glare, but she just did the middle portion. And it's framed, it's up on her wall. If you've not seen that Instagram, it's very, very cute. Okay, so let me take a little bit out of the Q snap here. Oops, I forgot part of my thing. Better put it down there. Okay, and this is where I'm at. I am just going page by page. And it's on another Bestitch Me fabric. I don't know if I said that about my Feast of Friendship. That's on Bestitch Me as well. This is Latte by Bestitch Me, and it's 16 count. And I worked on all this last summer, and I've been working on pretty much from here on this summer. Sorry. It's hard to do this with the cell phone. I don't know how y'all been doing this, but the picture looks much better. A much better picture of what the actual colors look like. And I got that sun finished this morning, and I'm going to start filling in the cloud, and I'm going to work on the trees and some of the buildings, and I want to get this done. Pretty much it's page 3. Page 3 or page 4 I'm trying to finish. I can't remember, but those who know, you can tell me. So yeah, it's really pretty. I want it on my walls. I don't know where I'm going to hang all this stuff, but it's going up. I don't care. I don't care. And if I don't get it hung up before I die, I hope they nail them inside my coffin. Okay? Nail them up. I'll be like this. Just nail them up and I will look at them. Okay? Maybe that's morbid, but you know what I mean. You work so hard on it. Somebody said something to me about, so are you going to give this away? No. No, I'm not. Well, why won't you? If I'm going to give something this big away to somebody, it better be another cross stitcher who appreciates it. Because honestly, a lot of people don't appreciate how much work goes into these things. They have no clue. I will forgive them. They have no clue, right? They don't know. I'm not going to give anything away unless I'm 100% sure that person's not going to dump it into Goodwill, like I did long ago. Okay, we're not going to talk about that. Okay, moving on. So, I worked on that, and I will organize my mess later. And then I finally, oh, I didn't mean to do that. By the way, somebody else use Meg Eyes. I love these things. I know I look like a dork. My sister-in-law said I look like a doctor the other day. Do I? Do I look like a doctor? Maybe. But boy, they sure help me, because like I've said many times, and there's many of you in the same boat, I have terrible eyes, and it's a struggle. So, I have been watching the show Sanditon, Sanditon. Has anybody else watched it? Raise your hand if you've watched it. It is Jane Austen. It was the last book she was working on before she passed away. And what PBS or BBC or whoever bought the rights to it, has turned it into a 3-season series, and it's very, very good. I kind of like how they incorporate, I'm assuming they're incorporating the writers themselves from other Jane Austen books like Emma and Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, because certain things characters say, it's like, ooh, that was in Pride and Prejudice. So, I don't know, I've watched a lot. So anyways, while I was watching Sanditon, I was working on this. It is Modern Folk Embroidery, Real Comfort. It is a quote from Emma that Jane Austen wrote. Several people have done this. Sarah Stitchy Spot, she's done it. Bridget, the Museum Stitcher, and Megan, the Seattle Stitcher. And of course, they were the ones who really enabled me and influenced me, because they did it, it's monochromatic, pink on pink. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's so cool. So I'm like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do pink on pink. But then I watched another enabler, Sherry, Colorado Cross Stitcher. Like I said, watch my last video and you'll know what I'm talking about. And she challenged those who wish to rise to the challenge to do summer stitch camp and take a piece where my plan initially had been just do one color. I was going to do this pink Valentine. I know it's a mess. Valentine. But change it up and add some other colors. So after much thinking and almost giving up and then thinking again and then watching the show some more, I decided to do 3 colors. So the Valentine, this is a Bestitch Me silk. And then I went through my stash and I found Classic Colorworks Really Teal and Gentle Arts Aged Pewter. That's a funny word, pewter. So this is as far as I got. I was working on the border. Whoops, dropped my magnet. I was working on the border and I did a little pink house and then I started my teal house and this is the gray. I'm starting the gray here. I'm gonna make a gray house. So what I'm thinking, where's the pattern? Okay, I'll show you what I'm thinking so you can get the idea. I'm going to make the church the pewter gray. I'm going to make this pink. I think the leaves, I'm going to add some sporadic gray and teal. And then on this side, I'm going to do the same thing. This will be pink. This will be the teal. This will be gray. And then down here, I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm contemplating leaving off the alphabet, but I don't know. I don't want to because I like doing letters. So that is my plan. So you can kind of see it's taking place. This is 18 count. My stitches are 1 strand over 1 square. I think it's going to look really cute and fun. And I want to hang it in here in my sewing room because, you know, I like pink. See the pink? I like pink. So that was one I want to get back to eventually. I have a lot of things I want to get to. So let me put this away. This is the cute little thread bed in Jane Austen fabric. This is a cute little Jane Austen bag that I hold everything in. This is from Fab Shabby Rose on Etsy. Very cute, very reasonable. And she whips it up, makes it up, and sends it out. So it was a pleasure to order. Okay, gotta shuffling stuff. Okay, then the next one I said is my focus piece. It still is, but I had to just walk away 2 nights ago. You know why I had to walk away? Because of the border. You know how a lot of us should do the border first on pieces like this? You know how, like, if you watch Carol Saltbox Stitcher, she talks about that? Always do the border first. Yeah, they're freaking geniuses. So, right here, I was going gangbusters. I'm like, I'm gonna fill in my border. And then it happened. I didn't match up. Okay, so this one is in the Q-snap. And I'll show you where I'm at. And let me show you my boo-boo. My boo-boo is right up here. I didn't go far enough. And so what's happened is this is too close to this gray line. It needs to go down about 2 steps more. So I started over here to try and figure all that out. And I'm like, ugh. Luckily I was watching Sanditon, so I did not throw a temper tantrum because I was enjoying my show. But I'm going to have to tear this out. Frog it real good. So lesson's been learned from now on. I don't like doing the border, only the border, because I know I get tired of it, but I see the need of it. Do you see the need? Because I see the need. Some of you are like, oh girl, could have told you that. Some of you are like, oh no. Yeah. All right, so I will frog this out. I don't know when. I just need a little breather. Then I'll get back to it. I do love my chicken though. Silver Lace Wyandotte, that's my chickens. So that is Stacy Nash Chicken Pin Keep. And you guys have seen me been working on that for a while. Since last year. Hard to believe. And not only do I have to rip that out, but I'm almost out of that color that I need. Havana, Weeks Dye Works. figure, so I'm gonna have to order another skein. So when I order another skein, I'm gonna make sure I order and get something I want as well. Okay, and then the last thing I've been working on for the last couple weeks, wait, is that the last? Nope, 2 things. I could not resist. I had to pull this back out. It had been since like January, February, and I missed it, and it is Ink Circles After the Roses. I watched Welcome Stitchery, Shelly and Justine, and Shelly, I think it was done. I think the whole thing was done. I'm trying to remember because that was like 3 weeks ago when I watched that. But I think she got this whole thing done. It was so stinking pretty. And she's the reason in the first place that I got it. And I think she started it in 2021. I feel like she started in 2021. So the last time you saw it, I only had one little corner done, but I really got to work and got a lot more done. It's just so pretty. And I love the colors. I just love the colors. I love the flow. It just feels elegant. And I'm surprised how I am really not frustrated working on it. You know, because at one point I was getting kind of frustrated, but once you kind of get through that first little part, you kind of realize, oh, everything just flows from there. And it really does. This will be the center here. So it's really pretty. I like how it's come along. So that is Ink Circles After the Roses, Carolyn Manning. She was in the Jingle Ball, one of the designers. It was fun when you did the Q&A, because you could do the Q&A with the designers. You could just listen, or you could type in questions and stuff, and just her whole, how she's evolved as a designer and stuff is very interesting. She's a very, very intelligent woman. I'm not saying that designers are not smart people. Of course they are. Of course they are. But she definitely, I mean, she researches her stuff huge. So it's just kind of interesting hearing how she does it. And her husband, if you watch that as well at the Jingle Ball, he, you know, is a part of those designs and helping her. So it's really interesting. Okay, one more design I worked on. Megan, oh Megan, I didn't get very far, but I did pull it out. It's been a long time, but I did pull back out, come into my garden. I had this whole plan of doing assignments. That's over. I just want to stitch what I want when I want. I'm in summer mode. So I did pull it out and I worked on the alphabet. I just love it, and it's so pretty in pink. So I saw, again, somebody on Instagram, they got it all done. It looks orange. It looks orange. Do you think this looks orange? Because I think it looks pink. And I'm beginning to think it's because of the type of fabric that you choose. I think it literally changes the colors, or the camera, whatever you want. So this was fun, getting some of my letters put in. So I worked on that as well. Sorry, one of our carpenters just walked by the window. He's a nice old guy. Yes, we're getting siding on our house finally. I think I mentioned that, but now it's really starting to look nice. And if I can remember, I will put pictures up of what it looks like. It's looking very lovely. Okay, then I did do a wee bit of shopping. Not a lot, just a wee bit. I stopped at a place called Quilter's Cottage, and she's a good little saleswoman, I'll tell you that. She has a little bit of cross stitch stuff, which is very exciting. No Ada like what I use. And anyways, struck up a conversation with her, and before I knew it, there was some patterns I missed, and she started throwing them out at me, and of course I had to buy them because I'd seen them. I've put it off, but I'm buying them. So there. Patriotic Quaker. I got that one, and so many people have finished it. It's so cute. Because she went to this owner of this quilt store. She actually went to Nashville Needle Market this year. She has been cross-stitching, she said, since 1997, but she hadn't realized how big cross-stitching had got. And she said she didn't have a budget when she went to National Needle Market, and she walked into that hotel, saw those designers, the rooms, and she's like, oh no. So anyways, one of the favorite people she met were the designers of Primrose Cottage. So she spent a lot of time there and grabbing a lot of their patterns. So I got that one. And then she tossed this one at me, and I looked at this at Sherry, Colorado Cross Stitcher store, and I'm like, okay, just forget it. I'm getting it. It's so cute. And then I didn't want to get it. I'm like, I don't need it. But then she had some of these cookbooks left. She's a really good saleswoman. I don't know. I'd rather be a girl. But there's a lot of cute patterns, but I can see why everyone says I can't show you, because we really can't show you because the patterns are in the book, literally in the book. There's no actual like photographs of the picture itself, but there's a lot of cute patterns in here and a lot of good recipes. So, and then, I mean, this gal, she's good. She sold me good. She threw this out at me and she said, it sounds like you got a lot on your plate. And I do, because I keep adding too much to my plate. But she showed me this little kit. It's so cute, and I saw it there, the model, and so I bought it. And it's just a cute little kit to work on. So I'm so excited to have a little table runner, and they actually go in my kitchen, I'm thinking. So looking forward to that. Oh, there's a whole thing here explaining it. Okay, sorry, I didn't know that was in there. So the fabric is very cute. And then as I walked, are you like me? I walk and I do laps and I do laps and I do laps in stores before I decide to buy anything. Like, I know I'm gonna buy something, but I do my laps. And I found all of these. Riley Blake, look at these. Are these not the funnest, patriotic looking fabrics? They're just so cute. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I don't care. I'm trying to grow my stash of fabric. So, yes. So she's a good little sales girl. She got me good. And just talking to her about cross stitch, and she started to realize I was kind of crazy about cross stitch. Introduced me to Prairie Fire Stitcher, Shelly, and had a great talk with her. And my goodness, she's been to lots of retreats and all kinds of things, and she lives here in Nebraska as well. So that was a great conversation, Shelly. I loved it and very excited. All right, so there's no point in having plans because I never follow them, but I'm going to pretend like I have plans. So what I have been thinking about is Christmas again. And I have a lot of Christmas pieces already, but I can't stop myself. What can I say? So I had bought several Christmas pieces that I'd been wanting, and I hope to start at least one of these in the next month. So on my list of what I would like to start is, number one, Plum Street Samplers Yuletide Delivery. Lots of people have done this. It's so stinking cute. I think it's the deer. It is the deer that sells it for me. And this one is 189 by 78. So I'm like, okay, it's not massive. I think I can handle it. Famous last words. So I'm thinking about this one. I bought this, I think last Christmas. Yes. The next one I got at Sherry's shop in Colorado. And it is Heaven and Nature Sing. Heaven and Nature Sing. Hollis Hand creates, she's working on it. Olivia, Pumpkin Hollow Quilting. So many people. It's a Kathy Barrick design. It's just so pretty. I've seen the actual model at Reflections in Framing. It's just beautiful. So I hope to do that. Oh, my little doggy friend is here. Okay, and this one is 186 by 153. So obviously I will not get that done this year, or probably next year if I start this one, but I really kind of want to do it. So that's another one I'm contemplating. And then, sorry, I just want to get these in the bag so they stay beautiful, beautiful. And then this one I saw watching Hello from Liz Matthews, Kathy Barrick's daughter. And are there 12 now? Somebody tell me in the comments, does she have the 12 patterns done yet? Or is she still making them? I feel like she's got all 12. But this one is the 6-day. This one is probably my most favorite because I know it says the 6th day of Christmas, but really, this is a piece that can just hang up. I don't know. I'm trying to decide, would I do those or would I just do this? I know I want to do this. So, and it's not super tiny either. It'd be 109 by 142. So it would take a little bit of time. I've seen it done by several floss tubers, very many Instagrammers. So kind of want to do that one too. And then 2 Brenda Gervais ones I would like to do. Frosty. This one is super cute. Lots of people have already done this. They have it as a pillow in their doughbols. I have no doughbowl. Don't own a doughbowl. I don't even know where I'd put a doughbowl if I had a doughbowl, but it's fun to say doughbowl. I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably frame it or finish it another way. And this one would not take long at all. So I love that one. I think this one is definitely a contender. Just because I know it's not going to be huge. Because I have so many other huge things to do. And then the next one on my list, this one's big. It's big pattern, but I already know this is gonna be one I'm gonna kit it up. There's no stopping it. And it's this one, all bundled up, Brenda Gervais, with my needle and thread. Christy Crosshatch Quilter. She showed this in one of her videos last year or the year before. Just gorgeous. So, and it's not small. It's 186 by 123. It's going to take time. Oh, hey, the called for is 18 count. Score. 18 count. Love it. And there's a lot of colors. Weeksday Works, Classic Works. There's that beautiful list. But I want to do this one. I'm going to get this one up. I can't resist. I can't resist. Once again, I'm sorry if my eyeballs are popping all over. I really don't know where to look at. But the colors look good, right? That's the whole point, to be able to see the patterns and everything, and the colors look good. And then this one I also grabbed at Sherry Colorado Cross Stitcher, and this one for sure I will do, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be this one. Look at me throwing out plans. I'm so dumb. We know the truth. I probably won't do anything I say, but miracles happen, especially around Christmas. But I love this one. I love all 3. I mean, let's be real. But I love the little manger. For that's what it's about. Christ, who came for all of us. And then in the back, you get a little more close-up of that one. Maybe that's why, because it's doubly advertised on this pattern. So, I don't know. I think I know for sure this one. This one, I feel like I can just pull out of my stash, get it up, and work on it, and get it done in a week. And I'm thinking for sure this one. But then after that, I don't know. Should I do this one? Should I do this one? Or should I do this one? Oh, I don't know. Tough decisions, people. Wow. Really suffering. Not. Blessed beyond measure, are we not? We are. Blessed beyond measure. Okay, then some other little shopping. I don't know if the sales are still going at Hobby Lobby or not, but I went clear in the back and found all kinds of things on sale. I was not financially prepared for that because I just paid for all this framing, which the frames were half off. That was the good news. But I found a whole bunch of stuff like this in the back. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Wouldn't that be an easy frame finish? Look at that price. And then I found this one, and it has a little easel. Oh, yeah. Super cheap, easy. I could paint that or leave it and just cover it. Then I found this one. I'm like, that could be an easy finishing piece. And then I couldn't resist. I doubt if I cover it up with anything, but I had to get the cow. Moo. Because, you know, we raise cows, not dairy cows. Nobody hardly ever has meat cows, but for, you know, pictures and stuff. But that's okay. I forgive them. Okay, the final thing. If you have held on this long, I'm proud of you. Because as we know, my videos tend to run long. I find it interesting. Some people don't like long videos. Some people are like, that's not long enough. I like long videos. When you're ready to settle down and stitch, you don't want to have to keep changing channels trying to find your next floss tube. So, anyways, thanks for hanging out this long. I have a share away. I want to say giveaway. Share away, because we don't want to attract any trolls. And of course, it is this pattern, Fanny, and I can't say the last word. If you can, say it to me. Ajoie, 1906. I found this pattern. It is massive. Why would I choose one small? I don't know. It'd be dumb, right? The book itself is just absolutely beautiful. The patterns are colored. They are gorgeous. It's big. It's on 16 count. It doesn't matter. I was looking. There's nothing 1/1. You don't have to worry about any of that, trying to figure stuff out or convert to anything. So this is going to be my giveaway. I have mine ready to go. I've got my DMC, and I got, it is Fiber on a Whim 16 count vellum Aida. So there's just barely a little bit of modeling. So I got that. So if you are interested in winning this very cool, cute, beautiful, delicate French pattern, then please put Fanny in the comments. You can use Fanny however you want. Put it in the comments, and next time I will announce the winners. Or winner, I'm sorry, just one pattern. Sorry. All right, I think that's it. I'm looking around my disaster area. That is it. Just want to wish you well. Those of you who are out there teaching Vacation Bible School, my prayers are with you, because I'm trying to get a Bible school organized and trying to find teachers is nearly impossible around here. Nobody wants to volunteer to help. They want to drop their kids off, but they don't want to help. So it's not easy, and you just got to remember getting some jewels in your crown that the Lord will reward you with, right? Those of you who are leading Bible studies right now, those of you who are taking charge of funeral dinners, those of you who are washing the towels from church, those of you you're going to your neighbor's house and checking on them. You are serving God. You are serving God, and you are serving Him in a beautiful way. Why am I on this kick of serving? Well, I won't explain it. I'll explain it next time. So just let it be known. People might not say thank you, but He's watching, and He knows you're doing it. And we're supposed to do a lot of that in secret anyways, right? Okay. So anyways, thank you for serving and taking care of others, because we're supposed to love each other, and sometimes it's really hard. Okay. Anyways, oh yeah, Book of John, I will start in July. Like I said, you don't need to buy a book. I'm going to use John MacArthur's study, because it's a really thorough study. But really, you just need your Bible or your ears or both. And that's about it. So I'll be starting that in July. So be watching for that. Okay, you guys, thanks for hanging in there. And I will see you next time. God bless, and have a great rest of your June.